Hi everyone, Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com, back with another video in my series called Flashcards. Today's card is a super sweet little baby card, sweet little baby sheep on there. Well, I guess it would be a lamb, wouldn't it? Okay, so a sweet little baby lamb. Very nice card for just that mom-to-be and super easy. Let's get started with today's flashcard. As always, I'm going to be using my flashcard template. If you've not seen the first video on flashcards and how to produce that template and how it can benefit you, just go over to YouTube and search Connie Stewart flashcards. It should be the very first video to pop up. I'm going to be using Pretty in Pink from Stampin' Up! As my card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. My flashcard pieces are Basic Black and Whisper White. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Whisper White piece and how we need to get that one prepped. The first thing you want to do is you want to use your 2 3/8 inch scallop circle punch. And we're going to be doing a lot of punching out of this one little piece. So keep it very close and tight to the edge here of your white cardstock. We'll set that aside. And now we're going to do some punching down here. I'm going to come in with the owl punch. And I want to get those two little eyeballs up there at the top. So I'm just going to bring in this corner so that the only thing I'm going to get are those two eyes, like so. All right, I'm going to set those off to the side. Now with what's remaining, I've got two little punches I'm going to work with. The first one is the little flower from Itty Bitty Punch Pack. And love that little punch pack. It comes with 3 different punches. And this flower is probably the one I use the most. I'm going to use 4 of those little guys. And then the last one is our heart punch, the small heart. We're going to need 3 of those. Look at that. I even have some to spare. What a deal. Maybe I'll put something on the inside of my card. All right, we've got all the white punched. Now let's come in and start working with our Basic Black. Bringing in my owl punch once again. I'm going to bring the cardstock in to the side. I just want the owl. That's all I'm really after here. So we're going to punch the owl out. A couple eyeballs are going to come with it, but I don't want those. So I've got my owl, and then I'm going to get this little scallop right here. I'm going to use the 3/4 or the 1 3/4 inch scallop circle. And you know what? We really only need half of it, so I'm just going to punch half. So there's our little half scallop. I can set that off to the side for right now. And the last thing I need is the modern label, the word window. This would be the word window punch. And you're going to get 2 of those. So that's all we need from our black. All right, now we're going to get started and put together our little sheep. So I'm going to bring in my white cardstock, my big scallop circle. And what I did is I ran that through in advance. I ran it through the Perfect Polka Dots Impressions folder in my Big Shot machine. Gave it gorgeous texture. It looks fabulous. I'm going to come in with that owl. And ladies, guys, I got to do something really sad. I got to whack off the legs. It's just really kind of depressing. All right, so, well, hey, now we have a little sheep face and not a little owl. So that's all ready to go. I'm going to now come in with those little flowers that I punched, the white ones, and you can see I'm coming right in between, and then just so those ears just barely, whoops, stick on there. Those ears just barely stick out, like so. Then we can come in with the eyeballs. And you can adhere those. I've got one of these already done just to save me some time. And you can see I came in with the Basic Black marker and colored in some little eyes. And we need to give her a sweet little nose. And I thought a pearl would be just perfect. So I'm going to adhere a little nose on her. She's all ready to go. I've got a couple Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. And I'm going to adhere that to my scallop. All right, now one last little thing. We need a little bow. I just tied a knot in some Regal Rose ribbon there, so that's all ready. Now some little legs. Mary had some little legs. I'm going to bring in those 2 word windows. Now you could just punch one and cut it in half, but why not? So I'm going to come in and bring, let's see, there we go. I don't know. Is that too long? I think that'll work. Maybe we'll come just a tad shorter. It's hard when you're doing it upside down, let me tell you. Okay, there we go. So our little lamb is all done. Now let's go ahead and kind of start putting our card together. I did in advance do some work because I know you don't want to watch me do everything. I came in with the large scallop framelit and I cut off the bottom of my card. I then came in with the Delicate Design embossing folder and brought that in right up against that scallop. Those have both been run through the Big Shot in advance. And so that's all ready. Let's go ahead and do some stamping on this. You can see I pre-did a little stamping just to save some time on the inside. Using the Flowering Flourishes, I'm just going to stamp that in pretty in pink right here on the edge. And now I can kind of start putting some things together. There's that little half scallop. I'm going to adhere that down here at the bottom. I'm going to adhere my lamb. See, I'm going to get emails now. Oh, I got one leg. Oh, she's a weird little lamb. Look at that. I got one leg longer than the other. Oh, well, that's how it goes, right? Let's do, we'll put on our little hearts. Now, what I did, I've attached a little piece of Stampin' Dimensional on the back of a couple of these, just to give them a little pop. The last one I'm going to leave flat. So there we go. We've got some little hearts. The last thing, I want a little sentiment. Now, even though I did have a little bit left on my white, I'm going to come on in with one of the strips. You guys know if you've watched the flashcard series, you're going to have a lot of these strips left over because I've asked you to hold on to them because they come in awfully handy. I'm going to come in with the Hello Baby from Sweet Essentials, and I'm going to stamp it on one of those scraps, trim it. I'm going to cut it into a little flag shape. It's going to look like this. So that's all ready and stamped. I'm going to show you a little technique I like to do because I think all flags need a little, I don't know, dip. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to wrap it around my finger just like that, just a little bit, give it a little bend in the middle. Then I'm going to come on those flags and again, wrapping it around my finger, just give it a nice little bend so that I get this pretty little wave. Stampin' Dimensionals are going to go only on the ends, not in the middle, because we want the middle to kind of pop up. So, attaching a couple of those, and we're just going to adhere that over our kind of somewhat ugly scallop there. So we're going to put that in place, and there we go. Another flashcard, simple, quick, and fun. I hope you enjoyed today's card. Be sure to tune in again for another video in my series of flashcards. Have a great day.